There we go. Hey everybody, it's Dakisha Williams, your business strategist and webinar queen. Um, I am coming to you today to have a conversation about um, consistency. Consistency without conversion creates burnout. So I got my little notes right here. So, real quick, a little bit about me very quickly. I've been in business for close to 15 years. I pride myself on helping clients turn conversations into cash flow, right? And so what we do is we specialize in helping you create a enrollment system in your business so that you can create consistent revenue. Now, all right, so that's enough about me. But I am here to speak directly to you. And here's why. I've had, God knows, over probably close to 200 conversations, sales calls, discovery calls. I'd say over the last maybe 12 months. I'm excited to stay doing weekly webinars. Hey girl, hey. And so listen, we're going to talk about that too, Uralis, and I'm glad that you said that. Because one of the biggest things that I notice is that, we can do a lot of things consistently, but if we're doing the wrong things consistently, it's not going to create the cash flow that we want and desire in our business. And that's really what I am here for. So let's talk about that. So let's talk about, I want you to kind of do some self work, okay? As you are going through this training video, wherever you are watching it from. But let's talk about some of the things that you're consistently doing in your business. Like, let's look at that. Because truth be told, are you consistently building? Like, there's some people, some entrepreneurs that spend more time trying to fix the back end, the automations, the workflows, the landing pages, but they never actually launch. I might step on some toes, and I'll put in the description that I wasn't gonna step on toes. But let's be real. Let's be real, because you are wondering why you're not getting results in your business, but you're not doing the work in order to get the clients. So write this down. Idea plus implementation equals income. Write this down. Idea plus implementation equals income. And what I say is God gave you a gift. Okay? God gave me a gift. That gift is the gift of being able to strategize with entrepreneurs. It's just something that comes to me. If you come to me, I'm going to be able to give you a strategy to implement in your business, right? That's my gift. God gave you a gift, and if you are not using your gift, if you are not implementing your gift, then what you think God gonna do, right? So I say an idea minus the implementation is irresponsible. I know it. You are being irresponsible with the gift that God gave you, because you sitting on the sideline waiting for the timing to be perfect, and the timing will never be perfect, my friend. Let me say that again. The timing will never be perfect, my friend. Your funnel, your workflows, they'll never be perfect. I'll be the first one to tell you that we launch dirty over here. What does that mean? That means that we do our best to dot all of our I's, cross all of our T's, but sometimes you're going to miss something. Sometimes a link will get missed, but we don't allow that to stop us from launching. All right. So that's number one. Number two is you don't have enough clients. Well, why is it that you don't have enough clients? How many conversations are you having? How many people are you asking to work with you? So let's talk about this a little bit. And I love that Yarala says she's going to start doing weekly webinars, right? Some people like to ask, like, what's the difference between webinars and workshops? So we do both. And that's because we have different price points in our offer stack. Webinars work very, very well with products that are anywhere, I'd say $300-400. Truth be told, I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of webinars. Anything under $500. That's just me. Your story may be different. All right. Now, if I'm selling a high ticket product, I need to build a longer relationship with the person. So we've sold $6,500. We've sold $8,000 from a 2-day workshop. The workshop means that we are on Zoom. We can have a conversation back and forth, right? We do breakout sessions. We do activities. A webinar is typically a one-way conversation, whereas only the facilitator, right? Only I am the one that's doing all the talking, but I'm doing the engagements by saying type of 1 in the chat. That's the difference between when you're doing a webinar and when you're doing a workshop. Truth be told, the content, this is a nugget, the content is going to typically be the same. I don't care if you're on a stage doing a keynote presentation. I don't care if you are doing a 45-minute, a 60-minute, a 90-minute webinar. If you're doing a 3-day event, you're typically using the same content that you would teach in your webinar class, in your master class. All right. So for us in our space, for the people that are in my space, I tell them we have to determine what the conversion mechanism is going to be based on what the dollar amount and the length of time that you need to build a relationship with people. If you have a $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000 offer, you have to build a relationship with people. People purchase, and you've heard this before, this is nothing new. People purchase from people they know, like, and what? You can type it in the comment. Trust, right? And so you're not getting enough clients because you're not asking. Mama said, closed mouths don't get fed. So I'm going to ask you, what are you doing to ask or invite people to work with you? So one of the things that we learned last year we did we increased our revenue by 86% last year, which was crazy because it was one of our best years ever. And that's because we consistently enroll clients into our mastermind, right? We had a system. We created a system all of 2025. Now, I ain't going to get into all the loopholes and all the, the infrastructure things that were exposed that we had to go back in and fix. That's another like podcast episode. I'm going to do a podcast episode on that. But the reason why we had our best year yet is because we consistently did the same enrollment event and we enrolled more clients into our signature offer than we have in the last several years. But it was all because we had a system. And you hear people say, oh, you got to have systems in your business. But what does that really mean to you? What does that mean to you? So that means that I knew every 30 days I was going to be doing a particular event. The team had gotten so good. Like, y'all, I remember I was going to get my nails done and my toes done the day that we were doing the 2-day workshop. At the beginning of the year, I was super nervous. Oh my God, it's the day of the event. Am I going to mess up? All that stuff that goes through our head. By the time I did it like 3-4 times, the day of the workshop, I was going to get my nails done. I was ready, right? I want you to feel that ready for your next event. If you don't feel that ready for your next event, type me in the chat. I don't even care if you're watching the replay. I still want you to type me in the chat because that means that you don't have systems in place to help you consistently onboard clients into your space. And even once you onboard the clients into your space, then you got to look at your delivery system. Do you have the capacity to meet their needs in your program? All right. So what did I say earlier? It's just it's about consistency, but it's about execution. It's about implementation. And so every year around this time of year, or actually multiple times of the year, I read 12-week year. Are you familiar with 12-week year? And so one of the first things that is in like chapter 1 or chapter 2, it says you don't have a knowledge problem. You have an execution problem. So many of you that will see this video, that will watch this video, you have an execution problem. That is the reason why you're not hitting your revenue goals in your business. It's because you're thinking about what you want to do. You're planning about what you want to do. You're having meetings about what it is that you want to do, but you haven't implemented them. My goal is to help you actually implement. And so what we call that launch. Are you ready to launch? That's what my goal is. So we're doing a masterclass. The masterclass is, make sure I get the title right. Why your signature offer is not selling and how to fix it. All right. So I'm going to put the link to register for our masterclass. We'll make sure that it's in the comment section under the video on whatever platform. So I'd love for you to join us at our upcoming masterclass. The link is on the screen, but it's also going to be in the comment section as well. And so we're going to talk about we're going to find where your discrepancies are in your business, right? And there's several things that we can identify, and we're going to help you identify where you could be dropping the ball in this process. All right. And so I strongly encourage you, authors, speakers, coaches, consultants, if you truly want to put a system in place to help you consistently enroll clients into your signature program, join me for our upcoming masterclass, right? On how you can, why your signature offer is not selling, and then how you can fix it. It's going to be probably about a 90-minute class. I get excited when I start teaching. I can't help it. So it's going to be about 90 minutes. So make sure that you block out the space, put it on your calendar, come ready to play full out for 90 minutes. This is not for people that just want to be in a room trying to get free information. I am being very intentional about the people that I work with, because our goal is to impact over 300 entrepreneurs this year alone, right? Based on when I did our annual planning, that's what the number is saying. That number says that we have the capacity to touch 300 lives, 300 businesses, 300 families. And that's my goal. My theme is play to win. So I want winners. I want implementers, or at least people that are ready to do the work to implement. Is that fair? Okay. All right. Play to win intentionally and fearlessly. So listen, my name is Dakisha Williams, your webinar and business strategist. I hope to see you at our upcoming masterclass. Be passionate, be purposeful, but more importantly, be profitable. I'll see you guys next time.